Today marks 55 years since Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination in Memphis, Tennessee. Many pause today to remember the civil rights leader's legacy as well as the shockwaves throughout the country as news spread about King's death.
That's right. People in Rochester were among those who mourned his death in 1968. And today, while they agree the struggle continues, they're thankful for the impact he made.
So it's a big time to reflect on where we're going to go in the years to come.
I think it's hard sometimes for people who are white, who live in privileged neighborhoods, live in even middle-class neighborhoods, to understand.
Today, we as a people, most Afro-American people don't know what the day is.
80-year-old Roosevelt Dixon pastors Grace Unity Fellowship Church. 65-year-old Congressman Joe Morelli represents Rochester in D.C., and 25-year-old Virgil Parker chairs the Greater Rochester Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Three men of different ages, backgrounds, and experiences agree they've been impacted by the civil rights victories led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and they each are working to address the struggles still disproportionately affecting African Americans: voting rights, fair housing, poverty, to name a few. Before Roosevelt Dixon became a preacher, he and his friends worked to integrate businesses here in Rochester.
You had this feeling of not being accepted, though you had money to buy.
Congressman Morelli was a young boy in 1958 when King was shot and killed in Memphis.
I remember that night clearly, and that night Senator Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, actually gave an amazing series of remarks to people who had not heard of the assassination and the murder of Dr. King, and tried to basically calm people to the extent that they could be calmed. But it was a very, very frightening time. For Morelli and those who took to the streets in the days following King's assassination, the greatest fear was that the fight for equality would end. 55 years later, they joined those reflecting on progress and setbacks as the fight intensifies.
For people of my age demographic, younger than me and even older than me, I want us to understand and learn how to compromise, how to communicate, and again, respect each other's differences so we can effectuate the necessary change in our community.
And Parker says the MLK Jr. Commission is recruiting people to be part of the mission of furthering King's ideals around equity, civil rights, and nonviolent social change. To apply, visit grmlkcommission@gmail.com.